Hello, it is Holly, and I am here with my quarter 1 wrap up. Today is the 29th of March. So in theory, I could finish another book before the end of March, but we're gonna still film this now. So yes. I do, in fact, track my reading. I don't have my reading spreadsheet up. Let me get to that for you because I just want to go over some things. I do know that I have so far finished 21 books in the first 3 months of the year. Well, finished or DNF'd. But yes, which technically means I'm behind on my Goodreads goal of 100 books because I would have to read 25 books a quarter to do that. But I noticed on the app, it doesn't tell you that anymore, that like how many books you're behind. And I actually think I really appreciate that, Goodreads. Thank you. You've done something right for once. And then Fable like does not track my stuff properly. So that's like a little out of sync, but that's fine. I'm mainly just using that because I kind of like the aesthetic of their like year-end wrap-up and stuff. So yes. But I'm still pretty happy with my reading. I had a vacation. I also was prioritizing YouTube video, like watching YouTube videos and puzzling a lot. Like I said in my pressure to read video, just trying to like let myself do what I want to do, and read when I want to read. So, but because I am who I am, I do track my reading. I don't find that very pressure inducing. I find it just interesting. So, and I did a book haul. It's already up, and I have purchased 9 books, 4 of which have been read. They had all been read previously. I have still not read anything since the wrap up or since the haul. So I'm pretty proud of myself with that, especially because 3 of those I had purchased last year. So, nothing has been an impulse purchase, which is very good. I'm very proud of myself. Sticking to that spending ideas and everything. So my stats, like I said, I've read 21 books. So in January I read 5, February I read 5, and in March I read 11. I feel like that's a little skewed because really in March I feel like I finished a couple of books that I had technically started earlier, so it like makes March look a little bit bigger. I have read, my thing doesn't track DNFs, I swear it used to. I have 2 DNFs, which were The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes and Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. That one still hurts a little bit, but I had to do it for the cause. And then other than that, my ratings, I have 3 3-stars, 10 4-stars, and 6 5-stars. Now I know some of those 5 stars were like rereads, but still counts. I've mostly done audiobooks. So I have 10 audio, 5 ebooks, and 6 physical books. So I have 1 from the author. I got an ARC from Serena Bowen. 2 from Audible, like Audible Originals. 3 Kindle Unlimited. I would like that to be a little higher. I kind of want to like justify Kindle Unlimited's use in my life, which to me is like 24, 25 books a year. 8 from the library and 7 that I had like previously purchased. Which I feel like is a pretty good spread. I'm trying really hard to use my library both electronically, whether ebooks, audiobooks, although electronically it's mostly audiobooks, or physical. I had got 1 physical book from my library earlier this year, and then I do have a hold-in for, is it Sunrise on the Reaping? The latest Hunger Games book. I had it as an ebook, and then I was like, I really don't want to read it as an ebook. So I switched over to get it from my actual physical library. So yes, I have not read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and honestly, probably never will. I have no interest in it. I don't particularly enjoy like origin villain stories. I was talking about this at work. This is why I've never watched the movie Cruella. Especially her, like, I don't need you to make me feel bad for Cruella. She's a monster. So, like, she's evil. And it's sad. I really like Emma Stone, but I will maybe watch Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes at some point. The music seems really cool. So, you know, there is that. But Sunrise and the Reaping, I'm definitely interested in. Do feel really out of it because I feel like everybody I follow, even people who aren't like really bookish people, are reading it. One of my coworkers is reading it. So, but I am being responsible and waiting for it to come in from the library. Don't know how long I'll have to wait. That's fine. I have mostly read series. So 86% were series, about 14% were standalones. About 50-50 young adult and adult. Mostly female authors. Not a surprise there. Genre, the two biggest ones were romance at like 47% and fantasy at 38%. And that's where I say like that's what the primary genre is when I categorize that. So yeah, those are just some stats I track. In case you're curious, I do track like my TBR, and my physical TBR had 170 books on it at the beginning of the year, and it has 163 now, which isn't a huge drop, but I'm okay with it, and I'm happy with it. I feel like I'm making progress, and some of that is unhauling. Obviously, books have been added to it, but some reading, some unhauling, mostly unhauling, but it's still progress. Because I have my 10 series I would like to finish this year, and I have not finished any of them, but I have, I didn't really like think about prioritizing it, because I do still plan my reading roughly, and because I like it, I like making like a TBR for myself, and like sometimes I feel like I need that structure, otherwise I feel like I won't pick up a book because I'm just like, well, I don't know, decisions are hard. So I will do that. And so I am going forward. So there were 33 books I had to read in order to accomplish that. And so I ended up deciding, I realized this like in March, that I would try to do 3 in quarter 1 and then 10 the rest of the quarters. And obviously I have not accomplished that, but I read one. So I read one of the Fables graphic novels, which was pretty big. So then I just have to read 3 of those over the next 3 quarters to finish that series. Unfortunately, I also found that one somehow magically in a box. The rest are in a box somewhere upstairs in my room of shame that I need to go through. If not, I can get them from the library. I just would prefer to read graphic novels with the physical graphic novel, but I can do it on my like Kindle if I have to. And then I have started Infamous Like Us by Kristen and Becca Ritchie. I have like 2 hours left of the audiobook, listening to it at 3 times speed. If I finish anything before the end of the month, I feel like it'll be that. I am really forcing myself to finish it. Thus far, I just want to say there's like nothing in there that I feel like I need to know for Luna and Donnelly's book. So everybody that has said that something better happened in these last 2 hours, which I guess are really the last 6 hours. I'm only like 50% of the way through. Something better happened to justify me putting myself through this. Because I am not enjoying it at all. I am considering going above 3 times speed. But like, I think that is my cap to be able to still understand. And then I have started Courting in Darkness, which is the first book in the Courting in Darkness duology by Robin Lefevers. I actually just paused that to read Risking It All by Katie McGarry because I wanted to get that read this weekend, which I did. So now I'll go back to Courting in Darkness. But I don't think I'll finish that before the end of the month. It'll probably get finished in April. So I feel like I am making progress there. And I'm not going to like dwell on it and make myself feel bad about it, you know? I'm not going to go through every book that I read. I keep this updated on my Goodreads, but I thought maybe I would call out some stuff that stands out to me. So I'm just looking at it. Oh, well, I have not finished any of the series I said I would finish. I finished one series, and that is the A River of Royal Blood series by Amanda Joy. I did read the first one for one of my Try It Chapters vlogs, and then I got the second one from the library, and I read it. I gave the second one 3 stars. I didn't like it as much as the first one, but it was good. And I was glad it was just duology. I I did reread Forging Silver into Stars by Bridget Kemmerer, and it was 5 stars again because it's amazing. I've been reading Danielle L. Jensen. I went back and reread Stolen Songbird. I've read the first 2 books. I gave them 4 stars. I don't like them as much as The Bridge Kingdom and A Fate Inked in Blood, but I am enjoying them. The last one I think is pretty long though. So Dare You To was 5 stars. That was a reread. The Last Guy on Earth by Serena Bowen. That was the arc I got from her. That was 5 stars. Oh my god, adorable. You know, sometimes I pick up a Serena Bowen book and I think like, you've built this woman up in your head. She can't be as good as you like always think she is. And then she delivers every time. And she has a book coming out later this year. I think it's going to come out in the fall, called Thrown for a Loop, and it's going to be like a hockey player and a figure skater, and I am a sucker for that. It is like the cutting edge girly in me / did anyone else ever watch the DCOM / Disney Channel original movie called Go Figure? Because that had like sort of those vibes, not really, but like it intermixed. Plus the Mighty Ducks, like when they is it Mighty Ducks 2 that they have the figure skater join the thing? Oh my gosh, so good. So I just feel like I'm just constantly surrounded by that. Plus Serena Bowen, obsessed. Now 5 stars, but I did read Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. I have to say, I gave it 4 stars. It was not like, Allie, I just wanted you to go further. Like, I feel like a lot of people did not like this book because they thought it was like too like kinky or something. And I just thought it wasn't at all. And it's not like I need that in my book, but that's what I was promised with this book. And I feel like it didn't happen. So, you know, what I would give for an Allie Hazelwood dual POV. Although I think this audiobook was like dual narration, if I remember correctly. So she's not dead to me, but I have definitely enjoyed her novellas more than her full-length books. And I have no interest in her paranormal. I did not like The Bride, and I know she has another book coming on that series. I don't plan on reading that. Come Back by Rebecca Jemshak. I gave it 4 stars. That book made me so happy. Like, it has some like darker elements and stuff, but it was just so good. Rebecca Jemshak is quickly becoming a favorite of mine, and I'm trying to like ration her books. But I feel like she is like a little more popular, or maybe she's more popular on TikTok. I don't know, because I'm not on there. But I feel like she's kind of like a hidden gem. And this was just so fun. It gave me all of the like sports contemporary romance vibes I wanted. So Crash Into You was a 5 star as per usual. I listened to another novella by Cara Bastone from Audible, since I have an Audible right now, and it was called Maybe This Time. I gave it 5 stars, and I just like, I listened to like the first like hour and I was like, oh, okay. And then when I was like finishing, I think I was like grocery shopping and walking and stuff. And then I came home and I was like, and I just like broke down a puzzle while I listened to it because I had to finish it. It's about this woman who gets pulled through like a wormhole kind of thing. I don't know. I don't think it's a wormhole, whatever. And she goes to like 80 years in the future. And then after she's been in the future for like 5 years, her phone works and she's able to call like this teacher that she used to work with. Like she was a teacher, and she calls like the gym teacher, and he's the only one she can talk to with her phone. And she's like, I need you to stop me from going through this like wormhole and everything. And then she's like, so you need to like talk to old me and like get me to like trust you or whatever. And then like slowly like she's falling in love with him, and then he's falling in love with her, but he's also falling in love with like current day her. And it sounds bonkers, and it is a little bit. It is a little bit, but it is so good. I love Cara Bastone. She writes just like the sweetest, cutest, just make me like happy and like giggly, joyful stories. They are so good. And I think that Audible does such a good job with these. They really do. Like the full cast, like immersive narration and everything are just so good. It was absolutely amazing. And then the last book I read was Risking It All by Katie McGarry, which I did do a Pushing the Limits reread vlog and then read this book. So I think that will come out after this. I actually just finished this book today, a few hours ago. I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. This is a second generation novel. It follows in Pushing the Limits. The first book is Noah and Echo's story, and this book follows their daughter Macy and her romance with this boy named Relic. They meet in group therapy, and it was so good. I'm not always into YA contemporary, but apparently I am when Katie McGarry writes it. It was so good. It was emotional. You don't have to have read the previous books, but if you do, I think you will get a lot out of them because there's so many callbacks to things. And it was so nice. I think I said this in that vlog. I don't think authors always do a great job with second generation books because then you're dealing with these characters that you grew to care about, and like you're having to make them parents, and what kind of parents are they and everything. And I think Katie McGarry did such a good job of navigating that here, especially with Noah. It was so good, and it was great to be with these characters. And I think I would have enjoyed it anyways, but I'm so glad I made the decision to reread the first 3 books in the original Pushing the Limits series in order to go into this. So yeah, that's like looking forward to, I thought I would throw this in there. I was going to do TBRs this year for like quarterly TBRs, but I changed my mind. So I thought I would still just like talk about it a little bit. I do have, like I said, I would like to, read like 10 of my series books. I actually pulled them all off my TBR shelf and have them in a cart. So they're kind of there. And some of them I plan on doing on like audio and everything. So it's not like I have to read them all with my eyeballs. And I'm pretty excited about those books, obviously. So I do want to read some of those. There are some new releases coming out. There's the second book in the A Fate Inked in Blood. I can't remember because I keep getting it confused with the latest, like, Forging Silver into Stars books. Like, I feel like they have, like, very similar titles. But the second A Fate Inked in Blood book by Danielle L. Jensen comes out in May, and I'm very excited for that. Which I have a hold right now for the audiobook for A Fate Inked in Blood. I want to do a reread, and I thought I would just reread it on audio. So there is that. I have gone through Kindle Unlimited, and I've picked some Kindle Unlimited books I want to read. Some are like authors I've read one book by before. Like I have like an Ilsa Madden Mills, and I just want to give her like another try. See if that one book was a fluke, or if like I do really like her. I think like a Devney Perry book. But yeah, I'm just trying to like get books off my TBR. Obviously I have more Try Chapter. These are all my book box books. They're double stacked up there. I will do several of these in the second quarter of the year. Hopefully they go well. Who knows? But yeah, I'm kind of excited. In quarter 2, things might be a little weird. I do have a trip to Florida. My brother's coming to town, and then in April my brother's coming to town, most likely, with my niece and nephew. So I will probably spend time with them. And then in May I'm going to Florida with my dad, and then in June I have the recital. But I also in June took June 20th off because we get the 19th off for Juneteenth. So I decided, since that was a Thursday, I was just going to take the 20th off and give myself a long weekend. And you want to know what I'm going to do? I'm going to the beach. Watch it be rainy and awful. I don't even care if it's cold. I'm going to the beach. I live near Lake Ontario, so there are several beaches you can go to. And I was like, I don't even care if I have to pay to park or something. It'll be like $10 a day. And I'm going to go to the beach and just like read on the beach all day, because I just want to be on a beach. My dad says I have cabin fever. I was like looking up like last minute cruises. Like, can I go on like a 3-day cruise for like $200? Maybe I do have cabin fever. I do feel a little bit better now with the time change and it getting a little warmer. It's cold today, but generally speaking, it's been getting warmer. I've been able to walk outside and everything. I also am training. I'm trying to get my 5K done. I've made a deal with myself that if I run a 5K without stopping then I can try to register for Disney Princess Half Marathon next year, because I'm going to be in Florida anyways and attempt a half marathon again. So I'm starting that up, and I feel like that might end up taking up some of my time as well. So again, I'm not trying to put pressure on myself. I'm trying to just enjoy everything that I'm doing. And I think it's going to be okay. I think this is going well. I'm happy with it. I'm working on the house, like trying to get like the last little bit of things that I have to get unpacked. And hopefully, originally I was like, by the start of summer. I don't think that's going to happen. I just have to be reasonable to myself. But I think by like the end of the summer is perfectly reasonable, which will been over a year that I've lived here. But it's fine. We're not judging ourselves. It's okay. And like downstairs is basically done, which is so nice. It's really just the room of shame upstairs, which is my library, which is the other thing. I would like my library back. Like, I would like to be able to like film in there and like function in there. And I was just working up there a little bit before filming this, and I like cleaned off like a little area, and I was like, you know what? I could put like a chair here. And so, which like, with what money am I doing that? I don't know. And also, how am I going to get a chair? Like, I was thinking like a big comfy chair, but I don't know how I'm going to get that up the stairs. But I don't know. That's a bridge to cross at some other point. Because I don't see myself as like a beanbag reader, you know, that kind of thing. So we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is. Probably better if it wasn't rainy and dreary out today, but those days are going to happen. So, okay. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.